So we have this idea, this kind of motto of always be broadcasting. Well, that's cool. That's a great goal. Use a lot of bandwidth. But we got to get things out there. So there should be an upload going on pretty much 24/7. Unless it conflicts in terms of bandwidth with an online interview, which we should probably limit the total number of those. If we can focus on live things here, recording live things and uploading those, it's more interesting. Although online interviews are also interesting, so that's tricky. A corollary to that motto is always be recording. Now that's odd because we want to be sleeping. We can upload while we're sleeping, right? I can set up a queue of videos going up. But how do we always be broadcasting? Well, we don't really want to take that seriously. It's kind of a goal, right? But there should be a studio available at night that's warm, that is protected against the sound of the rain, that has light. Light's actually more important than warmth. And have studio space where you can record in at night. The obvious thing is people talking. That's the easiest thing to set up. It doesn't need a lot of space. So it's not a dance studio, you know. Although, who knows? We could at night broadcast a dance party. I don't know who would watch that, but anyway, we need to expand that. That means that we need to have lighting banks. That's number one, right? Determine how much electricity is available for battery charging, equipment, things like that, okay, and set limits on it. We have to meter it. To protect the very small solar power system, of course, we want to expand that radically to support this kind of activity. It's not that much. It's all LED lights, right? So we're not talking about a lot of electricity here. But I always say, people should sleep at night. We should live in the light. But the truth is that some people aren't going to do that. They have productive time that they could be using, and it depends. It's case by case. But if a person is a blogger, if a person, certainly if they make their living that way, or they're working on a specific project, then we need to provide some facilities at night for the recording of video. Along with that is also editing suites, where we need probably enough for 2 computers or something to work all night long editing. That would be great. Now, it goes against this other big thing of live in the light. But maybe the corollary to live in the light is use the night. And don't destroy the place with that slogan. But nighttime does have some special resources that are not available at other times. Like they may have unused bandwidth, or they may have a person who really wants to record something at that time. Now, I mentioned the recording of things rather than just the chatting, because chatting doesn't produce something. So if we're going to break this other rule of live in the light to use the night, we want to make sure we're really doing it for a good reason. We're not just dinking around partying. That's the biggest danger of being up at night, is you just chat your life away because there's nothing useful you can do. Well, the idea is to create some spaces where you can do useful things, where you can produce. I mean, just like in the lodge, you could be in the lodge early in the morning and just write. Okay, you're producing, But we really want to focus mostly on video during that time. The other item there on that issue is we may want to rent a house in Yotatiro specifically for those things. Rent a house in order to have a sound studio, in order to have, not a sound studio, an editing suite, so you can edit all night, and you can also upload all night. It could be an alternative internet connection in case this is when it gets hit by lightning, because that has happened. So we're looking at backups kind of to what we can do here. Yeah.